My name is Patty Lee, and this is my persuasive speech from Speech 205. Social media is one of the fastest growing technology trends of our time. Nearly everyone you know is on some form of social media, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. A good majority of the population stays connected to work through a mobile site, but how about in the workplace? Many employers feel that banning social media during their work hours is a good idea, but I, on the other hand, feel that it should be used in the workplace and on company time, as it could increase the work done by employees, as a marketing tool, and as a way to promote relationships in the workplace. Many people raise the question of how work will get done if you're allowed to use social media accounts while on the job. Though excessive use is definitely a cause for concern, brief periods of logging onto a social media account will not completely hinder the amount of work that you could get done. John Carlston and a group of authors studied social media during the workday in a study conducted by college students. They said, the question isn't whether someone is spending time watching YouTube videos at work. The question is whether their work is getting done on time and on the quality expected of them. I completely agree with this statement, simply because if you are not completely engulfed in the social media network, you'll be able to break away and get your job done correctly and to the expectations of your boss or supervisor. If you finish a task and do not have anything else expected of you for a few minutes, I believe that you should be able to take a breather and take a quick look under your social media accounts and take a breather and take a break. If allowing the use of it during a time of work is concerned, use the designated breaks. For example, a lunch break. It could be used as time to check the social media while using the company's property and resources. The banning of social media and their wireless connections could pose as much concern as actually using it, however. Monster.com said, it's like waving the proverbial red flag in front of your staff. It's almost a challenge to them to find a way around it. If a person truly determined to get into their Facebook or Twitter, they will spend countless minutes of business time searching and trying new ways to get around the blocks. Blocking the sites throughout the server could cause more problems than actually doing the searching on the social media site, cause more turmoil and disgruntlement than actually letting them visit the sites. Not only could the use of it be done on a personal level, a business could also benefit from the use of social media. The Society for Humane Resource Management, SHRM, in 2013 stated that 77% of companies reported that they use social networks to recruit candidates, more than 3/4 of the surveyed businesses. Take this into consideration too. John Carlston also said 64% of adults check Facebook every day, 1 in every 7 minutes spent on Facebook. Even more, 23% of Facebook users check it 5 or more times during the day. Imagine if businesses use that outlet to promote themselves to the 64% of people that check Facebook daily. Allowing the use of this resource during the workday could possibly bring in more business and clientele from people that use the app more often. The SHRM also backed up this claim, stating that social media could be used for a more corporate page, keeping distant offices and employees in the loop on current policies and announcements, and for recruitment and hiring or future employees. As an employee, you could be able to promote the business that you work in, post updates on job opportunities or things happening around your business, and reach a wider community of people than you may have by passing out flyers and placing signs. If your job is dependent on commission, as an individual, you could reach out and show your friends to promote what you have to sell and achieve and bring in those customers to the business, whether it be in a company page or throughout your personal account. As a business, you could use social media as a way to get to know the kind of people you may be interacting with. If you're looking to hire someone, one good way to get to know them is by a quick, unbiased look into their social media accounts. Many things can be portrayed just by the things that people choose to post on their social media account. For example, if a social worker is looking to place a foster child with a family, they may look into their social media profiles to find a little more about their personal life. If their posts are all about drugs, parties, and alcohol, they may think twice about placing a child in that home where the lifestyle is promoted to everyone in their friends list. Though I have supported my pros on this subject, I do see the other side of the argument as well. As stated before, not everyone that uses social media won't be able to get their job done. A certain few, however, have a hard time balancing the time between work and the virtual world. In John Carlston's study, he stated that social media lends itself to somewhat compulsive behavior that impedes the ability to concentrate on work tasks. If a person is lazy, they'll continue to be lazy, with or without the addition of social media. If they're not using their lazy time browsing Facebook or Instagram, they could be finding so many more ways to waste their time and not do anything at work. It could be one more thing, though, that can distract them and keep them from working. Also, there is the risk of using social media to post rude, untrue, and disgruntled remarks about the company or business that the employee works for. This is a possibility with anything, but on such a public outlet like Twitter and Facebook, comments made directly about the company could hurt and damage the company's reputation. They could also use this social outlet to post things about other coworkers, which could also cause turmoil and disgruntlements in the office. NBN.com posted a blog about Respect, which is an acronym they use to describe a social media policy that they put in place. It entails respect, etiquette, selectivity, privacy, efficiency, confidentiality, and transparency. Involving your coworkers or business in your social media posts could cross the lines of any of these guidelines and could cause a problem in the workplace. I personally believe that social media should be allowed in the workplace regardless of the flaws associated with its use. With every workplace, you're going to have the ones that get their job done and the ones who don't for a number of different reasons, with or without the addition of social media. Banning the use of social media will not increase or decrease the amount of work of a group of people to get done. Using social media during the workday is not a problem as long as the person using it does not let it come between you and the job at hand. Personally, I don't think I can make it a day without taking a pause, a second between tasks and winding down for a bit. Social media in small doses is healthy and does not always interfere with the amount of work being put out. Using social media could actually bring in more business for a company and provide more work for employees to be doing, ultimately making the business better. But with everything, there will be a fuss, just like the same fuss happened with the invention of telephone and email. That's my speech.